Hey guys! Sorry if you notice that I have black underneath of my eyes. My allergies are so bad right now. Not only is there a bunch of crap growing outside because it's spring, but I noticed that there is a ton of black mold growing in one of my windowsills in my bedroom. And I just picked up some masks today so that I could get that cleaned up. But unfortunately, my eyes have been burning. I've had a horrible tension headache. I've been laying on a heat pad for the last 4 days trying to get it to stop, but it's just killing me. I just left the grocery store and I had some thoughts that I thought I would share with you today, and yeah. The first thing is the biggest thing for me. When people go in the exit or exit the entrance, the doors are clearly labeled with a big ass sign above them. How hard is it to go out the right door? I was trying to go in today and I had to wait on 3 different people to come out with their big ass carts full of shit because they clearly can't see where the exit is. What's even better is that there was nobody coming out the exit. So another thing about the grocery store that isn't necessarily something that bothers me, but I know that there's a lot of people that can relate. I feel bad because I don't want to go through an actual checkout with a cashier, but at the same time, I really like to use the self-checkout because I don't want to sit in small talk with somebody. It's so much easier to go through the self-checkout. You don't have to see anybody. The person that's running the self-checkout may be like, hey, did you find everything okay? Like, casually, you can kind of mutter back and they get the hint. You don't really want to chit-chat. I always feel bad when I am walking past, bored employees at the end and I choose to just walk on by and go to the self-checkout. I don't know, maybe I'm just too nice. When I'm at the grocery store, and I usually have a mission. I have a list of things that I need to get and I go and get them. But then you go there and there's those people that are just kind of moseying along up and down the aisle, slowly stopping in the middle of the aisle. Like, people, please, if you're gonna stop, pull off to the side. Don't just stop and block the whole aisle. It's so rude. Also, when you are looking at something on an aisle, it is a lot nicer to stand on the side that you're looking at. So if you're looking for a box of cereal and all the cereal's on this side and you're standing on this side looking, I feel kind of rude to scooch in between. Just stand on the side that you're looking for, whatever it is you're looking for. I get that you run into people that you know at the grocery store, but when you're both standing there with your carts in the middle of an aisle talking to each other and blocking the way, it's pretty rude. At least stand on the same side or be aware of other customers when they're coming trying to get something on the aisle that you might be blocking. I feel like it's totally acceptable to sit and chit-chat with your friends, but be aware of other people. If you grab a carton of ice cream and you're walking along and realize, oh, I don't have quite enough money for this, don't just put that ice cream down next to the bread or whatever you're getting. Especially if it's something like ice cream where it's cold, it's frozen. I've seen butcher-wrapped meat placed on the freaking shelf. Take it back to the butcher and be like, look, I'm sorry, I can't get this. Maybe they won't be able to give it to someone else because you took it. I don't know what the rules are, but at least you're not letting meat just rot there. Who knows how long it's gonna be before an employee happens by to see that. I've actually had to take things of milk and ice cream up to the cashier hey, somebody just threw this in a random spot. I don't know how long it's been there. Rude! Sometimes I need help. I hate talking to people when I'm at the store, but sometimes I just can't find something. And when I have to search all over the store and can't find any employees, or I come across the employees and they're sitting there visiting with each other and not doing their job, that annoys the crap out of me. I've actually gone to Walmart before and I couldn't reach the very top shelf where the yarn was. So I asked the person in electronics, hey, can you call someone over here to help me? Instead of offering to help me themselves, they're like, so annoyed that they had to call someone for me. So they call someone over the speaker, which apparently it was such a big deal. Nobody comes. I sat there waiting for like 20 minutes and I'm like, hey, I really need somebody. Like, it was so rude that I had to stand there to begin with. I finally walked around, found somebody else, and was able to get it. But there have been times where no one ever came and I had to kind of step on the bottom shelf and try to get it. Like, there's signs up everywhere that say if you need help with the top shelf, just ask. Like, maybe follow through with that if you're gonna have those signs. I swear they need to have little ladders for us semi-short people. There's been a lot of times that I've gone to the store that I've had incredible customer service. The employees have been super nice, have been helpful, asked how I was, complimented my hair, my makeup, my clothes, whatever. They actually engage in conversation. They see my tattoos and they're like, oh, those are so beautiful. But there's also times where I go to the store and I have the worst customer service experience ever. Like, if you're gonna work in customer service, that you gotta at least try to be a decent person. Like, you don't have to be the most friendly person in the world, but don't be an asshole. I hate when stores don't stock products. When I used to buy yarn from Walmart, it used to be weeks or months before I ever saw a particular thing. If I really liked something, I had to buy it then, because otherwise I probably wasn't going to see it in a long time. I don't know what they need to do to get more products in more quickly. Like, I don't imagine that it's that hard to order a product. One of the most disgusting things that I have seen, as well as I know others have seen, is moldy produce in Walmart. Most people I know don't buy produce or meat in Walmart because of this fact. The fact that I've picked up grapes multiple times at the Walmart in my town and had them be moldy is absolutely disgusting. The employees are out there constantly. I see them loading stuff, unloading stuff, you know. How hard is it to check your produce? It has been better lately, I will admit that. Maybe they have a new manager there. I don't know. But I feel like in a grocery store especially that they should really be paying attention to things like that. When I'm in a hurry, I go to the self-checkout. I know that I'm going to get out fast as I can. But when I see people with a full cart in the self-checkout, like, come on, have some common sense, have some decency. That's not what the self-checkout is for. Especially if you've got more than 20 items and you're in the express lane. Like, that's just rude. Those spots are for people in a hurry that need to get in and out, that maybe only have one item. I've had people with full carts cut in front of me when I had one item. Today when I went to the store, there was like trash, there was a list, there was like those sanitizer wipes. Like, why is it so hard to clean out carts? First of all, the customer that used that cart should have had the courtesy to throw away their own trash, considering that there is a trash right next to the sanitizer wipes. Like, really? You couldn't have just walked one foot and stuck it in the trash? Not only that, but the employees should have noticed that there's garbage in the cart. Like, this happens to me constantly. I know things can get missed, but I've worked at a grocery store before, so I know what everyone's duties generally are, and clearly some people aren't doing their job. When people double park or like park really close to your car, I've had people hit my car. Have some common sense. People parking up in front of the fire lane, like, I get it if you're picking someone up, but if you're literally just sitting there, that is so dangerous. Like, if there was a fire and a fire truck had to come, are you going to be able to move out of the way fast enough? Like, maybe you're taking a nap or listening to music and you're not paying attention, and that fire truck cannot pull in there because your ass is just sitting there. Park, have the person say, hey, I'm coming out, and then pull up and grab them. It's not very hard. When I see people using the handicap lane that clearly don't need to be using it, obviously you can't just see somebody's disability from them walking because maybe it's some other kind of disability that you don't know about. But when you clearly, like, you know the type of people I'm talking about, when they definitely don't need to be in that handicap spot, you're taking away a spot that somebody that actually needs it, like, they can't. I know this is something stupid, but when items aren't priced, it drives me crazy. I don't want to have to track down one of those little machines to scan it to see how much it is. You know, when you're balling on a budget, you got to keep track of how much you're spending. When people can't say, excuse me, I was at the store the other day, and this lady had the nerve very loudly behind me to say, well, if these people weren't in my way and would just move, that was my cat, sorry. Like, are you kidding me? You can't just be like, excuse me, I need to get that bread. No, you gotta be like, these people are in my way. Like, we're the inconsiderate ones. I've asked an employee before where something is, or if they can help me with something, and when they just tell me I don't know and then don't offer to find out or ask someone else, that's something that really drives me crazy. Every employee should be trained that if they don't know the answer, they should ask somebody else that might know the answer. It's not very hard. It's a lot more professional. When you're at Safeway, if you ask somebody where something is, most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, they'll know where that item is. And they will not just say, oh, it's over here on aisle 3. They will physically lead you to where it's at and show you. Like, every store should go above and beyond, like Safeway. They rock. I used to shop a lot. And when I'm like stalked by an employee, like, I've worked retail for many years, so I understand, but when they want to chit chat with you and try to like talk to you and you're like giving them one word answers and clearly not in the mood to chit chat with them, that makes me nuts. Like, dude, take a hint. If the person doesn't seem like they want to talk to you, it's fine. Keep an eye out. Make sure they're not stealing. But don't be up in their ass, like, trying to make conversation. Maybe they're having, like, the worst day ever. Maybe their dog just died. I don't know. If they don't want to talk, don't make them talk. Some of them are just antisocial like me and just don't feel like chit-chatting, especially after they've been at a job where they have to talk to people and be nice to people all day. When there are people outside the doors selling stuff, like, or trying to get signatures on their petition, whatever, I get super uncomfortable when they are extremely aggressive and like chasing after me. And I've actually had somebody before be like commenting on the fact that I didn't say something back, like, oh, well, thanks anyways, or, oh, wow, okay. Like, that's definitely not going to make me want to stop and buy something from you if you're going to be rude like that. Maybe I complain a lot, but I just know that there's people out there that can relate. Try not to be an asshole at the grocery store. You know who you are. Love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Bye.